alcohol dyes today, but I gotta clean off my board first. So I'm gonna get to that part. Now let me pull you guys up. It still says it's waiting.
Give us a sec.
Okay, maybe I need to refresh it or something like that. Alcohol dyes today, but... Uh-oh, did I stutter in the beginning? I might have.
Kind of.
I should have put this on a turntable. Where did I get the turntable? Oh, thank you. Alright. Just makes life a lot easier. Don't worry, I get it. I get it. I get this part. Got adjustments. But that'll be alright. How's it look overhead? Any idea?
What do you mean?
Okay. No, I meant when we move to the overhead camera, I guess, but you don't have it in position, so never mind. Howdy, howdy. This is Clara Lawrence. We're going to work with the alcohol dyes today. I'm just going to go ahead and say that again. I seem to be having a second Monday, so bear with me a little bit. Hi, Bree. Hi, no, I can't say it right. I'm working on it. I almost got to get the song in my head. What is your name? Little bit of love, hey. And hi, Teresa. Teresa is a mod on another site that I am on a lot with Artists Till Death. And hey, Mojo. I like that, Mojo. So I've got to clean off my board. I haven't had it. I did a demo at Rhonda's pro class and took this with me so I can clean this off and use it again. Well, it's going to be a hot mess for a little bit.
Hey, Julie.
Hey, Julie. So went to Seguin, gorgeous weather. In Seguin, Texas, for Rhonda's pro class. She does a epoxy countertops pro class of Seguin, Texas on her place, and everything was gorgeous weather, but there was something that was pollinating outside, and you could probably hear it in my nose. So, so I am sorry. I apologize. All the apologies and all that stuff. All right. What I got here is a board that I have already done epoxy. I usually call it resin, but epoxy on, and it's got like a melted marble in there. Oh, you got cold and gusty ones there? It's, for the most part, it's actually rather pleasant. It's like in the 70s. It actually got to about 80 this last weekend. But I think it's going down a little bit, like 65 or something like that for a few days. And then I think it's going to be cold. Well, for us, cold, sorry. I think in the 50s on Friday. Or at least that's,
nice.
That's what I saw the last time I looked. But, yeah.
I like that temperature.
You like that temperature?
Oh, yeah.
I got me a big old fluffy coat that is it's more like a blanket coat, and in the evenings the boys and I will do some gaming, and that's my like snuggle down, wrap around in a blanket kind of shirt jacket thing. So it's one of those, it's got that sheep wool on the inside, but it's like super soft on the outside, almost like a microfiber, like suede kind of feel to it. And I can't wait to use it tonight because it's going to be chilly, and plus with the cold and everything, I'm going to get the cold chills anyway. So that'll be fun. Let's see. Almost 80 in southern Arizona. Wait a minute. Arizona, Arkansas. Brain. I'm sorry. My brain is fried. Yeah, that would be Arizona. Yeah. Hey, Tim. And hello, Doris. Irene. We got a lot of new people that I haven't seen in a while. All right. So just to talk you through this board here. So this is a board I did previously with epoxy. It's just like a melted marble. It's got some spray color underneath it. And then what I did is I let it cure, and then I did a UTC over top of it so that I can clean it off and reuse it over and over again. However, I do have some stains that are building up, probably because I left the alcohol ink on there a few days. So I'm going to have to do a deep clean on that, get it all nice and cleaned up. However, if you're going to do this for an actual client, do the steps of epoxy or some kind of slick surface. You do your alcohol inks and dyes, spray sealer, matte sealer, and then a flood coat on top of that. So, and if you want to do the UTC, the ultimate top coat on top of that, you can do that as your last step. But do not ever have your alcohol inks as your last step unless you're like doing Yupo paper and you have it framed or something like that. So this is just for a practice board so I can use it over and over. Anyway. Oh, Jojo says spring has reached them in New Mexico. Nice. We have wildflowers starting to explode everywhere here. And it was a really, really pretty drive. In fact, I need to take Mom out for a drive. She'll like that. Because the blue bonnets and the Indian paintbrushes are out. And we'll get a lot of oohs and ahs out of that. It's the simple things in life with Mama right now with her age and what she can enjoy and stuff like that. So, you know, like going around driving and seeing Christmas lights, that kind of thing. All right, so I just picked out 3 colors. I've got kind of a turquoise color, an olive, and a smoky violet. So, kind of going with some wild cards a little bit here. Hi, Diane. Hi, Debbie. Ooh, we got a lot of people showing up today. Okay, so I'm going to just lay down kind of a ribbon of 91% alcohol. I think I used a little bit too much, but that's okay. And I have gold on standby. So I've got a pre-mixed up gold that is the Pinata Brass, and it's about a quarter Pinata Brass and the rest of it alcohol, just so it's already diluted, and I don't use too much of it. We'll see how that combination is going to work. I'm looking at that going, I don't know.
All right, I'm going to move y'all.
You're going to... Oh, am I overhead? Okay. Let's see how this works. We got a post installed on our ceiling, and we can have overhead views now, which I am digging. Oh, we got crud on the board. Yuck. Oop. That looks like dye, actually. I'll go ahead and mix that up real quick. Get it moving around. So if you get any little particles, just go ahead and mix it up. Of course, it's going to make your fingers a little different colors. That way it'll help your particles from becoming just little globs everywhere. Alright, that is not a pretty thing. Alright, try that. I'm going to add a little bit more blue in there. Kind of compensate for that one color. Alrighty, you're heading out?
I think so.
Okay.
Good luck. Have fun.
Thank you. Mikey is working on the website. He's the ever programmer kind of dude. That is not looking pretty. Right,
Ever programmer kind of dude.
Ever programmer. I'm going to work on the words thing. You know, I promise. Okay. So, working with alcohol dyes, you do have issues with dye being a little bit of a heavier product than inks are. Even though you see me mix them up and stuff, you can, just with them sitting for a bit, you can get little clusters of color there. And I will continue to add some color to make it more interesting. But apparently that's in the violet and black. So we're going to keep on working on it. There we go. Now we're cooking. So over at Rhonda's I had my buddies show up there that have been showing up for the last couple pro classes. Erica was there from Artist Till Death, and Keith with KCDC Designs was there, and he's well known in the countertop business. And then Mitch from Stonecoat was there. So we got to help out Rhonda with her pro class and helping out the students, run demos, be there for questions and answers, those kind of things. And also brainstorming some future projects. Rhonda, Keith, and Mitch, and Kenny are heading to Hawaii right now. A little bit jealous there, but that's okay. They've got a big project in Hawaii that they're working on now. It's not on the same island that Mike is on. It's on another one, but apparently I think it's the same island that Jurassic Park was filmed on. So a little bit jelly, but that's okay. I will get to Hawaii one day. But you need, if you're gonna have a team with you, have a team that really knows the countertop business, And I am an artist, so I haven't done a whole lot of countertops as far as installation or building and stuff, and so they needed people who know that business. Yeah, Micah's like to stay in the same place too. You are absolutely correct. I usually a lot of times will put the micas on first to get them where I want them first, and then work colors around them. I'll soften up these edges here, pushing some alcohol over that. I'm going to start building up some colors. So with my adventures with developing up alcohol dyes, come to find out that when you're creating a product that has a lot of elements in there that you usually have to have warning things on there, like the alcohol and the solvent-based dyes. You have to do toxic reports and all kinds of stuff, and on each additive and stuff. So of course, me as an artist, I want to do all the colors. So that means a lot of reports, and it's turning into a big money project. So I changed tack a little bit, and we decided to create a recipe book and make a bunch of colors up, and have about maybe 4 or 5 books out there that have collections of recipes in them. Like, one book might be cool colors, and another one with warm colors, that kind of thing. We're going to do one with browns and blacks, and then one with golds and maybe sparkles in there. So I think that would be a good compromise. Nancy, okay. Oh, is that? Aw, that's your grandma name there. Oh, that's adorable. I gotta think about a grandma name for myself. Okay, so what's a good grandma name for me? Guys, y'all need to help me out. Because my son's got a little daughter who's like, 14, 15 months old. And she's starting to do the talking thing. Right now she's doing a lot of like gibberish talking. You know how little munchkins do. And I gotta think of a good grandma name. Of course I realize whatever she ends up calling me will probably stay. But I can kind of start guiding her. Oh, and when I was talking in Seguin, somebody had suggested having a book with blend combinations. In other words, color combinations that work well. So I think I'm going to do one of those too. Okay, so those two work really well together. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Boy, I sound terrible in my head. Hello, Crafting Nook. Nice to see ya. Well, there comes a little Aussie out in me. Who would have thought that would happen? So my thought for the little books, the color books, was since I'm dealing with a lot with the countertops people, I figured, you know, they're going to be dealing with sticky hands and a messy studio when they go work on big projects. So I figured each page would be like, you know, one formula for that color, so they could print out that page. And it would have a swatch on there so they could see the light and darks. And then it would have, you know, the product name and, of course, and then the solid color that would look like if they put it on full intensity. So that way, if like they had to pick out a blue, they could print out that one blue page that they liked. They needed a brown, they could print out that brown. And didn't have to worry about getting their book messed up. It would be just that one page. Because believe me, in a counter shop studio, everything gets sticky. Everything. It's a hot mess. All right, we're gonna do one more of this ocean. I'm digging this ocean with this blue, with the purple. So what did you guys work on this last weekend? Glamour. Ooh, that's kind of fun. Opa? That's cool. Mama Lawrence is also a popular one in my husband's family. Or ex-husband? Hello? We're still friends. G-Dragon? Grandma Dragon? That's always a possibility. Let's see. I wonder if I should build up the middle a little bit. Now I just poured out that purple and it seemed to do fine. I wonder if that problem area was in the olive. I don't know. So I met a lady who is on TikTok. Oh, what was her name? I think it's Linda. But she did a video that's kind of gone viral on TikTok. And she does epoxy on floors. And she made this little belt and put a bunch of spray cans on there. I mean, it was actually a double belt. And she has so many spray cans that she has to carry around with her to do these veining techniques. And she was just, had the best personality, go-getter, very delightful, very grateful for everything. You know, she was a real nice person to hang out with. But it was just really cool the work she's doing. So come to find out that the belt that she had, it looked like it had compartments, you know, for the spray cans. And we were thinking it was something from like a cleaning lady might have. But she says it was actually like a beer belt, you know, for cans of beer in there. We were just getting a big kick out of that. We thought that was hysterical. You never know who you're going to meet. I mean, people are just amazing. I've met some of the best people in epoxy. Like Miss Teresa, I met Teresa in person. She's awesome. Yes, I'm talking to you, Teresa. And she's from Maryland, which is my parents' neck of the woods. They're from around the Towson, Maryland area. Like that olive by itself is really pretty. I like that. Oh, well, Kat, thanks for stopping by. And yes, the videos will be uploaded and everybody can enjoy them again and again. Oh, I sound terrible. Okay, Okay, I can't help myself. I gotta add a little gold. Just a little bit. So that's pinata brass that I added, which is one of those floating kind of metallics. And it adds sprinkles of metallic color all over, which I really, really like about it. But what I'll do is I'll fill up the bottle about maybe a quarter of the way with metallics, and then the rest of the way is with alcohol. So it's already pre-diluted coming down when I pour it from the bottle. And because metallics are one of those that can get carried away, you know, take over a piece. So you got to be mindful of that. But I might have a bottle handy that just has just it fully concentrated, I'm thinking. And so what I like to do is I'll run the color down, and then it'll reactivate some of the colors and pick them up and actually make that vein area a little darker too. A little bit more of the olive in this area. We had I was lucky enough that I got to I can't get the words out. We had a crawfish boil on Sunday. It was yummy. It was so good. I haven't had crawfish in forever. And the guy who was doing the cooking, it was a friend of Rhonda's, and he used some techniques I hadn't seen before. Does anybody know anything about purging crawfish before you cook them? Because that's what he was doing, and I thought that was really interesting. But apparently it helps make the flavor a lot better and get rid of any possible grittiness to it, which I thought was interesting. Yeah, I did the same thing too, so yeah, definitely adding it as you go along helps, and also not working with too many colors in the beginning too. And then that way you can build and add colors in certain areas. And so you can have those punches of color, or you can have a couple of them blending together, so it's not too bad. I'm going to leave that nice and bold. Of course, it's going right through the middle, but that's all right. Let's see. I'm going to add a little bit of brass right in here. And I'm going to feather it out right up there. So if you don't have a diluted bottle of the metallics right away, what you can do is run a thin line of alcohol and then just follow it up with the metallics and just try to do a real thin line, and it works out really, really well. Oh, thanks for hanging out, Irene. Good luck with dinner. Don't burn it. Okay, these are coming out well. Alright, so I do have a color I developed, and I wanted to run this by you guys. Are y'all familiar with a color called Hooker's Green? Because I know of it from when I used to do a lot of acrylic painting and stuff like that. It was a very common color with painters, but I don't know if everybody else is familiar with it. And I'm wondering about using the name because this name, you know, it fits the color. I'll put it that way that I mixed up. What Tim said. What did Tim say? Hit the like button. Oh, please. I would appreciate it. You've heard of Hooker's Red. I haven't heard of that. I have to check that out now. So Hooker's Green is a weird color. It's almost kind of like a brown with like a hint of green to it. But it definitely comes off as a neutral. It's almost like an army green meets brown kind of color. And people are looking at it going, I don't know about this color. It's one of those like, it looks a little fuddly, but when you work with it with other colors, it does wonders. It's one of those like perfect neutrals that make other colors sing really well. So I'm hoping that this is the case with this color. Okay, that looks better there. And I was supposed to take Mama out to breakfast this morning. And I called up my daddy early this morning and I said, I'm not sure if this is a good idea. In fact, I even went as far as like, I took a COVID test just to make sure I was okay. But it was like, both my nostrils were plugged up. I had what I call lizard tongue. You know how when your tongue dries up so much, you feel like it's scaly? People say, I want Hooker's Red with nails. Oh, so maybe it's a popular color with enamel. I might have to check that out. Yeah, so I'm going to have to make that up to Mama. So this is an interesting thing I've been starting to do lately with softening up. Instead of coming in and coming completely out, I'll do a little bit of an in and out, but I have it come along the line. So it's like softens the line, but yet it still hangs close to it. And it looks really pretty. So sometimes you'll get a soft ribbon that'll come out of it too. All right, let's see. I feel like I need a little bit of something. Get this into a little bit better of a shape. Sometimes I'll use a brush to kind of shape my alcohol. Because the area on the front of it kind of rounds off, and I want it to go a little bit more of a point. Turquoise down here. This is a turquoise. It's just ocean pretty much. Straight up ocean. It's got 3 drops of ocean in it. And that's that Alumilite dye. But it's a nice aqua color. Yeah, I want you to go all the way down. Stop going all the way down. You guys talk to your pieces when you're working on them. It's like, no, don't do that, or yeah, just like I want it. All right, Mikey dude, I'm going to come up here. I think I'm wrapping it up. He's watching on the computer for my cues. Let's see. What do you guys think? Do you think I should add a little bit of purple over here? Yeah, it does. It is playing really well. It's like the purple and the green olive are kind of the same kind of hue, and then the blue kind of brightens it up a little bit. So, what do you think? Should I add a little bit of purple over here? Maybe just a tiny bit. Okay, I'm already talking myself into it. Just like a hint. There we go. I'm happy with that. Haha.
You ruined it.
What? What do you mean I ruined it? No, I need to go back. That works. That works really well. All right, let me grab it. Yeah. We're done.
You want to show it off?
I want to show it off. Hopefully not make them dizzy. I'm touching the screen to get it to focus. All right, let me keep that still. That works pretty good. So as you can see, this area here looks a little bit wet. So I will just let this dry for a couple hours before I do any kind of... If this was a finished piece, I would do a spray sealer at that point. But I love this area in here. That looks really cool. And then if you're working on a piece that does have a rounded edge to it, and you get little gaps like this, all you gotta do is take your alcohol and just give it a couple of drops. Let's see if I can do this while holding the phone, like above it, and see if you can encourage the color to come down, at least soften it a little bit. And that's one way to touch up your edges. So easy to do. Oh, that's a winning combination. Cool. All right. Make it 100 over to you. And I will wrap it up. Nice. All right, guys. We are going to wrap this up. Thanks for hanging out with me. Hopefully these lives are working out pretty good for you guys. I'm enjoying them. I'm going to do another one tomorrow at 3:30. So come check it out. And I got to figure out what I'm going to do. I have to do some thinking on that one. At any rate, I think I want to expand a little bit more outside of dragons also. So I'm just not pinned as the dragon lady. I'll have a variation of. So I'm thinking about something else. Anyway, so check it out tomorrow. And thanks for hanging out with me. Mikey's working on the website. ClaraLawrence.com, so it's going in and out a little bit.
It's on maintenance mode at the moment.
It's on maintenance mode. He's getting busy.
Should be up by tonight, though.
Oh, should it? Well, he's probably going to tweak with it tomorrow and the next day and the next day, but he only has it down for a little bit at a time. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later, y'all.